Good morning. Hi, fifth graders. How are you? I'm Mrs. Miller. I am a sixth grade language arts teacher on the Explorers team, and I am here to tell you a little bit about sixth grade. So I'm sorry we can't be meeting in person, but it is nice to meet you at least a little bit this way. Um, like I said, I am a sixth grade language arts teacher on the Explorers team. So, sixth grade has two teams. We have the Adventurers and we have the Explorers, and they are pretty much the same thing. There's a language arts teacher, a math teacher, a social studies teacher, and a science teacher on both teams. The teams are just split so that there are, the same amount of kids, about the same amount of kids on each team so that our classes aren't huge. But they're pretty much the same thing. They're just, so it doesn't really matter which team you're on because we're all great. You'll be lucky to have any of us. So I'm here to hopefully answer some questions that you have before you get a chance to ask them. And then if you are left with any questions, I'm sure you could email Mrs. Gradzicki or maybe they'll get answered when you come see us in September. So, welcome to MSP. And let's go through my little spiel here. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about with you guys is lockers. So, you might be a little, some of you might be a little nervous about lockers because our lockers do have combination locks on them. So, if this is something that worries you, you may want to grab one of these combination locks from somewhere like the dollar store and practice over the summer just how to open the lock, right, left, right, just practice over and over until you get really familiar with opening it. Because then by the time you get to the middle school, it'll be no problem for you. It'll be a snap. You'll be able to do it really easily. So we do practice a lot the first week of school. So don't worry, you will get the hang of it. And the teachers will help you out too, up to a point. But you'll be able to do it. No worries. But seriously, get a lock in practice if it is something that concerns you. Your schedule is the next thing I wanted to talk about. Over the summer, you will get a schedule in the mail that'll look something like this here. Um, Similar. I don't know what your schedule will be. I don't know what the rotation of our classes is going to be, but it'll be something like this. So look for something like this coming home. We will start in homeroom every single day. So you will always have your first period will always be homeroom. It's only 8 minutes long or something like that, but it is always your starting point. So your homeroom teacher is always the same place you're going to start, which is great. So it's always your check in person every single morning. And the beginning of school, we extend homeroom a little bit because we take some time to go over these schedules, make sure everybody knows where they're going, and just learn a little bit more about, kind of what's going on at MSP and get acclimated. Um, don't worry about getting lost. The middle school is not very big. We don't have very far to go either. We pretty much in sixth grade stay in one hallway. So you're going like across the hall. You don't have very far to travel. And when you go to those unified arts classes, the special classes, you're going downstairs or, maybe to another hallway, but it's really not very far. You have 2 minutes to change classes. It doesn't take you 2 minutes to get there. So you have plenty of time. There are no bells that ring, so we keep track of the time ourselves. Your teachers will let you know when it is time to change those classes. Okay. So don't worry about it. You won't get lost, I promise you. And then there's always teachers in the hallway too. If you're not sure where you're going, just stop and ask somebody. Everybody's super friendly and they're happy to help you figure out where you were going. Supplies. So you might be wondering, what do I need when I get to MSP? Well, a lot of the same things you needed before in fifth grade. So you will also be getting, in this letter that's coming home for you, it will tell you what supplies that you need. So take a look at that letter, and pencils are a must. Make sure you come with pencils. I can't tell you how many pencils we go through. We do still use pencils, even though you guys will be getting Chromebooks. You still need a supply of pencils. So please make sure you come with a supply of pencils. Math, I know they have you guys using like math notebooks, so you'll probably need that, but it's all listed in the letter that goes home. So be aware of that. Please take a look. Look for that letter that's coming home for you for supplies. Okay. Summer assignments. You need to make sure you are reading over the summer. We are not requiring you to do a formal assignment, but we are requiring you to read. Mrs. Lynch, our school librarian, wants everybody to read at least one Nutmeg nominee book so that you can vote and be informed about those books and make your vote. At the beginning of next school year. So try to choose at least one Nutmeg nominee. Definitely practice your multiplication facts because Mr. Glover and Mr. Kennedy want you to be proficient in those. And honestly, it really does make a lot of different parts of math easier for you if you know them automatically. And you will be getting a summer math packet. So you need to be doing that as well. Okay, homework. If you're worried about homework at the middle school, you really shouldn't be. It's really a lot about being organized. If you can be organized and organize yourself and use what we put in place for you to help you be organized, you will be all set. So we use something called our on the we use a homework calendar. So if you make sure your teachers always put the homework on the homework calendar, and if you check the homework calendar every day and then copy the homework from the homework calendar onto our homework Google Doc that we have you guys set up, then you will always know what your homework is and where it is. And if you're responsible about that and you go home and you know that your homework is up to date on your homework doc, you check the calendar, you check your doc, and then you do your homework right on that from that. You delete it after you do it, you know it's all done, you're organized, you're up to date, you're all set, right? So it's really about being responsible and organized. Then communicate with your teachers. Communicate with your teachers about it. If you're not sure about something, email them. We're really good about getting back to you. And then you have this enrichment period, the last period of the day. That is a great time to get homework done. That's really what it's for. During that enrichment time, you might have band one day, you might have chorus one day, but everybody has at least one day. One of the 3 days is just for enrichment. So you will have at least one of the 3 days is a homework day. So use that time to do your homework. Use that time to meet with teachers if you need help. Um, Use it wisely. And really, if you are able to, it's less you'll be bringing home with you. Okay, that's my advice. Grades. You will be graded very similarly to how you were in elementary school. So you will be graded on habits of scholarship. It's how we call sort of like your mindset here at the middle school. So your respectful behavior, you having a growth mindset, your independent responsibility, and your classroom responsibility. So your respectful behavior is how you treat others while you're here at the middle school. Having a growth mindset is how you think about your work and whether you can learn and grow from mistakes you make. Independent responsibility is what I just talked about with homework. So, having your homework done, being prepared for class, having your Chromebook with you and charged every day, that type of thing. And classroom responsibility is being part of class, participating in class, doing your classwork, working with others, actually being present, not just with your body, but also with your mind in class. And then you're also graded on or scored on your academic performance and skills. So we look at whether you're exceeding the learning target, meeting the learning target, approaching the learning target, or attempting to reach that learning target. And then there's also that category of no evidence. And that's really if you're just not doing any work. But I don't expect any of you to fall into that at all. And we have 3 trimesters that we score. Okay, field trips. Hopefully, everything will be back to normal and we'll be able to do all of this fun stuff again come September. So, the beginning of the year, we do a team building field trip where we go to winding trails. And that is, we kind of do their little ropes course thing where we work together and learn how to work as a team. And then in May, we have a math based field trip where we go to the yard goats. And then at the end of the year, this last trip at the end of the year actually needs to be earned. And that has to do with the habits of scholarship that I just referred to. Um, and this past year, we were going to go to Quasi amusement park, but that changes. It depends on where we find. If we find someplace new and fun, then we'll see. But again, that one needs to be earned based on those habits of scholarship that we talked about. But I don't foresee you guys having any problems with that. So All right, moving on. Expectations and recognition. So at the MSP, we expect everybody to be respectful and responsible, to be an ally. That means if you see something, you say something, and to have a growth mindset. And by doing these things, you can earn Express to Success tickets and be chosen as Students of the Month. So Express to Success tickets allow you to put them into a raffle, and on Fridays, Mr. Garino, our principal, chooses picks one out, picks somebody's name out of sixth grade, seventh grade, and eighth grade, and you earn a gift card to somewhere. So of your choice, which is kind of cool. And then teachers also in their rooms allow you to do different things with the tickets. So in my room, you can buy pencils and erasers and things. Um, and I don't know, other teachers might have you do some other things with them as well. If you're worried about sort of getting in trouble at the middle school, don't. You won't get in trouble if you make good choices, if you are kind, and if you are doing the right things. It's just as simple as that. That's it. That's all you have to do. Can you do that? Can you make good choices? Can you be kind? And can you do the right things? Then you're going to do awesome at MSP. I have no worries about you. Okay, so questions? I don't know. I can't answer any for you now, but hang on to them. Hopefully, they'll get answered when you join us, or maybe Mrs. Gredzicki can answer some for you. But I'm really looking forward to meeting you all. We all are at MSP. We're excited to have you come and join us. I think you're going to love it here at MSP. It's really a great place to learn, it's a great place to be. We have fun. And that's it. Yay. I'll see you in September, hopefully. Can't wait to meet you. Have a great summer.